Welcome back, guys. As a designer, you need a design portfolio to start taking on jobs. So you could create design portfolios on different platforms. We have Behance, we have Dribble. You can create it in form of a PDF. You can create it in form of your website. Later in this course, I'll show you how to create portfolio in form of your website, and you can create it in form of a document. It depends, but the most effective way is for you to create it on a portfolio website. We have Behance as an example of that. We have Dribble as an example of that. So I'll be using Dribble in this particular lesson. So let's come to Dribble. Dribble is what you're going to use to create your portfolio. So now this is Dribble. All you have to do is to search for Dribble on Google, and here is Dribble. I'm going to come to Dribble right here. Then I'll create a new design portfolio. So let's do that right away. I'll come back to my Billard Creative Studio actually. So here is Dribble's homepage. Here is Dribble's homepage. As you could see, is the world's destination for design. Get inspired by the work of millions of top-rated designers and agencies around the world. So you sign up right here as a new user. Just click on sign up. Then you sign up with Google. I have a Gmail account. So if you have a Gmail account, you sign up with Google. So I'll do that right away. I'll sign up with Google and I'll choose my Gmail account. Then right here, I can continue right here. Signing up on Dribble is as simple as that. So right now, we'll be able to try to sign up. Your Google account will be connected to your Dribble account. So we could continue with that. So I would say this, and here is Billard Creative Studio is the name. The username could be Billard Creative and email will be billardcreativestudio@gmail.com. Then you input a password. So let me input my password right here, and right here I'm going to agree to the terms and conditions. Then I'm going to create my account right away. I have to click on motorcycles, and yeah, I'm going to verify, and this way I'll be able to create an account for myself. I'm going to save the login details. Yes, so I'm going to save that, and yes, we have this. So the avatar, you have to add your image as a designer, maybe your logo or image. But right now I'll just input my image. Let me just input my image, which should not be so bad. I'm just going to input my face right here, and we have that as an avatar. And my location, you could input your location. I'll just input Nigeria, and we have that. I'm going to continue this right now. So that way I'll be able to create a Dribble account. First things first, are you here to hire? I would say no, continue. Then are you a designer? Yes, I'm a designer, continue. Then this way is going to suggest people to follow and all that. So you could just see new and noteworthy designer. You could follow this group. You could follow popular creatives to follow. You could see creative who specialize in illustration. So you could just say new and noteworthy designers. I'm going to follow that group, and I'm going to continue this way. So you could follow this group, and yes, we have a profile on Dribble, Billard Creative Studio, and yes, we have a profile. So right now you could upload your first set of design here on Dribble. All you have to do to create a portfolio on Dribble is to upload your first design. So you could say upload your first shot, which is show off your best work, get feedback, likes, and be part of a growing community. So let's do that. Let's create our first portfolio. So here it is. You state what you'll be working on, and you drop images. As you can see, you have to drop. Look at the size specification. So you could just see this. Look at the size specification. It says drag and drop an image. It has to be in a JPEG format. So you could see you could drop a JPEG or PNG format. You could drop GIFs. You could drop only uploaded media you own right to. You could drop a video. So it depends on what you want to do. So right now I could easily upload some of my designs. I'll just drop them. So let's drop all designs we've worked on in this course. Let's drop the mockup rather. So here we have something like this. All I have to do is I'll just drop something like this. So let's drop something like this. So we have this as first, and we have this as second. So let me just drop those two, and let's see what we have here. So I'll be able to drop those two. This is some designs I worked on. You remember this design for Safford and Co. So we're going to have this, and you could see we have the text. You could give it a text name, and you could see from here, you could see layers, and yes, we could add more to it, and you could see layout. So let me go back here. I'm going to close this, and here we have the image itself, and here we have that. So we could just continue. We could say Safford and Co. Safford business and letter X markup. So we just name it something like this, and here we have our portfolio for this particular. So you could add more image, or you could say the new designs I'm working on. Visual, let me just name it visual branding designs on Canva. So I could name it this, and that would be the title of this. So we could add more pictures, and let me just look at that. So you could just do something like a layout like this, and we have something like this. So we could add more image. Let me add more media. Let's see what we have again. We have something like this. You can just include this as well. This is one of my favorite designs, and yeah, it's not looking bad as well. So we could just add something like this as well. So let me add more to it. What else do we have? Let's go back to our Canva and see what we have. So we have a lot of designs we've worked on actually. So we could bring others in. So I could just bring in different mockups of designs I've worked on. So I could bring in more of those. Let me check downloads and let me see. So I have something like this. Let me bring this in as well. Let me bring in something else. So we have some mockups, and yes, I could just bring in all these mockups I did on Canva myself. So I could just bring that in and bring this in as well. So I could just bring these two in and bring this in as well. I could just do this, and here we have different mockups as slides. And here I have a major, I would say, visual branding designs on Canva, and I could add more. I could add more pictures. I could insert more blocks, and see, let's insert an image. So let me see that. Let me see what we have on Canva. Since we've worked on, we did this as well. This is superb. So we could look at what I've done so far here on Canva, and we did all these as well, remembered. So we could download all these. So let me just open all this and have it downloaded. So we could bring in these, we could bring in this, we could bring in this, and we could bring in this. So we could just do a fresh portfolio. We have different designs for it, so we could easily use that as our portfolio as well. So I'm just going to continue. I'm going to continue this. I'm going to continue posting this, and that way you're going to give it a tag. This tag will be graphic design, of course. I'll give it a graphic design, maximum of 20 tags you can give. So I can give it branding, logo, and yes, we can have that. So we have this, and yes, so I could just see this is the thumbnail. You could change this thumbnail if you want to. You could crop it if you want to. So we have something looking not so bad. So we have something like this. So let me just crop and save, and let me publish now. Let's see, and that's the way to publish your portfolio. Now I've published my first design here on Dribble, and this is what it looks like. This is what my portfolio looks like right now on Dribble, which is the first design which I named visual branding designs on Canva. And you see it right here. I have this, all the designs we've worked on, I have it right here, and I use this as a slide. You could slide this over to see what I've done. You could slide this over and slide this over to see what I've done on Canva, and that way we have a portfolio online. So you could come to your Billard Creative Studio. I could come here and you'll see my name. You'll see, you could edit your profile. This is my first portfolio work I added. So the more work you do, you add it here, you populate this portfolio, then you can go hunt for jobs. I'm going to give you a dummy project. You work on the dummy project, you come to post it here. So I could edit profile from here. I could easily edit my profile to what I want to edit it to. You put your location, you create a biography. So you can give a brief description for your profile. You could say you're a designer from, just create a bio. You can use generative AI to create a bio. So let me just do that. Let me use ChatGPT to create a bio for myself. I'm just going to say ChatGPT. I'm going to create a bio for myself right now. I'm coming to my ChatGPT. All I have to do is to try to create a bio. I'll say I'm a designer. I'm a new designer based in Nigeria. I want to write a simple bio to display on Dribble to display my designs as a visual brander for small businesses and online businesses in my local and global community. So I'm going to have this prompted just to create community as I highlight my brand named Billard Creative Studio. So I'm going to just have this sent, and this would give me a bio. So you could create a bio from ChatGPT to generate your bio, and you give your my name, the creative mind behind. So yes, you could have this. So this will be my bio right here. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it right here. Then I'm going to edit it. Here I have my name. So I'm going to input my name right here. I am beloved Adejigbe, and the creative mind behind Beloved Creative Studio. I specialize in visual branding for small and online businesses, helping them bring their unique stories to life through compelling design. Based in Nigeria, I'm passionate about working with entrepreneurs locally and globally to build memorable brands that stand out. Let's collaborate and create something amazing for your business. So here I have a bio right here. So you could add your work history. The more work you do, you add them right here. So you could add job, you could add position, you could say creative designer, and you could add your company. You could add the company you work for. You can say Blood Tech Academy. Let me just put that, Blood Tech Academy. And you could add the start year. The start year could be 2024 present. Yes, so you could add that as a job. You could add your education. You could add whatever. You could add your personal website. We're going to talk about this, creating a website with Canva as well. So you could add it right here. You could add your portfolio URL. You could add your portfolio password, and you could save that. So that would be my profile here on Dribble. So I have that, and yes, we have that. We are good to go. That will be your general. You could see your password. You could add your social profiles, your Twitter page. So you could add your Twitter link. So all I have to do is come to my Twitter just to add my Twitter page and all that. So this is my Twitter page. All I have to do is to bring in the link to my Twitter page. So I'm just going to come into my Twitter page and I'll have the link copied. So here is the link to my Twitter page. I'll just copy it from here. I'll copy from here, and here is my Twitter page. So I'm just going to come to my Beloved Creative Studio Dribble account. So I'm going to paste my Twitter account. You paste your Facebook, connect your Figma, you paste your Instagram account. So I could just check my Instagram account as well. I have an Instagram account as well. I could just bring that in. So you could put in your social profile, LinkedIn, the important ones you're active on. You could put them in because you could easily get a job if your designs are so good. People could contact you from Dribble, so you could get jobs from Dribble as well. So you want to put places they can easily get you. My social media profile, like Twitter, like Instagram, I'm going to input that as well. I'm going to input my Instagram. You could input your Medium, your LinkedIn, your Behance. So I'm just going to input my LinkedIn as well. So I'm going to just have a few inputted. So this is my Instagram, and my LinkedIn will be the last I'll input my LinkedIn as well. So I'm just going to copy the link and I'm going to input that into my Dribble account, and I have that. So I'm just going to update my social profile right here, and that way I've inputted my social profile. So we'll be able to create a profile for ourselves here on Dribble. So you could check all these out, and I have that already. So all I have to do now is to see what my profile looks like, and here we have this, and you could see this right now. So my profile, this is the link to my profile. Copy it, and I want to check it on a browser. So let me just check it here without having to log in. So let me see what my profile looks like. So if someone is viewing your profile, this is what the person will see. So the profile is not public yet. What do I do to make it public? Your account is only visible to login user and cannot be followed or discovered in public. So you could see this limited account. Your account is only visible to login user. So let's learn more. Let's see what we have. So this, apply for a free designer account. So you could set up, so you could just say set up work preferences. So yes, let's set this up and let's have this. So this will be full-time. What is your work availability? Freelance, yes. So you could set this and you could save and exist this, and here we have that. So we could just check the limited accounts. So let me just apply this. Let me apply now for a free designer account. The application was submitted successfully. So let's see what we have. So I'm going to wait for them to reply and I'll be able to view my profile. So let's see what I have here. I have a message from Dribble, and here's the message: your application has been received. Congrats, applying for designer account. Our team typically reviews your work within 24 hours. Quicker than that. In the meantime, keep building on your portfolio by working more work. So I'll wait for this to be verified. I'm going to wait for this to be reviewed. I hope to see you in the next lesson. See you there.